Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever! Ladies and gentlemen, today we are currently transporting steel from the Falkirk steel mill all the way down to Dunfermline South Dock, all the way down via boat to Dunfermline Halt, right by the construction site here. Good old Dunfermline Tunnel construction site, constructing a bridge, not a tunnel, but that's fine. We are 50% of the way done with the bridge, which is excellent news. And as we discovered last time, you can actually set vehicles to not do anything if they don't have a full load of goods, which is excellent news, because what I've got going at the minute is we've got a bunch of steel sat here that was previously going to the... what is it? It's the Livingston Machine Factory. But at the moment, I don't really need goods to be going to the Livingston Machine Factory, so I decided to not bother with that and stop my horses and carts from being able to take any steel. So basically, everything that is on the line you can see there, the iron to mill line, those vehicles are set to only accept and only carry iron, which is good because it means that they aren't going to be taking any steel to the mill. So they are all arriving back here with a whole bunch of iron to get into the Falkirk steel mill. And as a result, we should see the Falkirk steel mill start producing a bunch more steel, which is excellent news, as you can see. So now that it has iron, it's actually going to be making steel, which we kind of need it to do. So we should, as a result, see a lot more steel heading down to the docks, which is beautiful news. It gives the boat an excuse to go ahead and start transporting stuff. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of steel coming in, which is obviously kind of nice. It isn't going into that line either, which is good as well. So this is good. This is particularly good that we have the steel moving its way down to here. We don't really have much of it moving that way. We are losing a bit of money here and there because we are not actually transporting anything. But I decided to make a point of not having my vehicles wait in this station for a full load of goods, because if I had them doing that, then this station would back up pretty frequently, because these guys with the iron are only making deliveries. Well, yeah, it would back up because they have to sort of go on that little single section of road. It would back up. It would basically be a problem. It would absolutely back up. So we're doing things a very specific way. We're letting everyone just sort of go in and out of here, even if they don't have a load of goods to take with them. They just kind of leave. So that's the way things are working. Now, in terms of my boat's sitting there with 19 of 50 steel, but we should have a lot of steel coming over this way pretty soon. So that's not too much of a big deal. We have the horses and carts doing their thing, heading out, doing what they can. It's all well and good. And then, of course, this guy here heading off to get some iron over the hill and all that. But I would say things are going well. I will say, I like that this mission is distinctly different from the first one. It is immediately a bit more complex. I also like that it gives me an option, because this deliver goods by ship is an optional mission. You don't have to do that one. I could have just said no, and I could have just delivered goods via train. I could have just ran a train line down through Dunfermline down to here, or a train line into Dunfermline, then a series of trucks from Dunfermline to the construction site if I wanted to. I have the option. I have those options available to me. I could have done it that way. But I decided that, you know, a boat is something we haven't done yet, so this seems pretty good to me. Now, having a look here, the boat is now on 30 of 50 steel. There's even more steel arriving here, which is going to be good. And more steel arriving there, which is also good. So that's beautiful to see. 35 of 50. If we can get that 50 steel over to the construction site, we're going to be pretty much done with this job. 40 of 50 as well is good to see. Are we making money at the moment? We're losing money on the train line at the moment. We're also losing money on the steel to site. Oh no, the train line just made me money. I don't know what's going on with the train line, to be honest. But the good news is that the boat is so close to leaving. 49 of 50. There we go. That's going to be the final bit of delivery there. So the boat now has 50 of 50 and is off on its journey. So that's going to be pretty useful indeed. Quite excited about that. We have a bunch of steel coming down this way. The question is, do we need this steel coming down this way at the moment? I'm not really sure. Because we have a bunch of it sat in here. We have 9 steel sat in there. Yeah, deliver 100 units, that's fine. So we have 9 steel sat in there. The boat's heading over with even more, which is always good, but the question still remains. Do we need to continue transporting steel? We have some sat about here. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens once this thing arrives. Because it's going to immediately dump the steel into the construction site, and with it having 50 units, that should be enough to finish the bridge. But I wonder what the mission's going to be from there. Like, what is the job going to be once we've actually constructed the bridge? I assume it's going to be connect the train lines around. Make like a loop of train lines or something. We are about to find out. And this is exciting. It's obviously very exciting. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Come on. There we go. Deliver oh, hello. Deliver goods by ship. Alternative transportation. The bridge is heading along. Go on. Get completed. Hey, there we go. There we go. So we need to have passengers via train go between Edinburgh and Kirkcaldy over the course of Kirkcaldy over the course of a year. Empty trains are no use, and you certainly can't earn any money that way. Build bus lines in the cities so passengers can reach the trains. More than one train will be necessary to perform this mission effectively. Expand the route between the cities with a second line or build sidings. Okay. So what that's telling me is I don't need any of my vehicles that I currently have. So this coal to mill line... Well, no, those are still gonna make me money, I guess. I guess the iron to mill one could maybe start taking... I don't need steel anymore, so have all of those vehicles get back to the depot. And then I guess the steel to the boat isn't really needed either, so sell that line, sell those vehicles. I guess. I guess sell the boat as well. And then that one is probably useful. So that'll be fun. In fact, you know what? I'll just sell everything once it gets back to the depot as well. We'll see what happens. I'm going to make a little bit of money from selling those vehicles, but we'll see what happens. So what we need to do is get passengers from Edinburgh... Hold on, let me just pause while I do this, so time's not ticking away. What I think I'm going to do is get myself a passenger train station, this one, the terminal station, just in there. So it's kind of nice and central between those buildings and all that stuff. Maybe there. Yeah, we'll put it there. That's fine. So that's where that station's going to go from Edinburgh. And then over to Kirkcaldy. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize, but I feel like that's pretty much become a trope of my channel at this point. Let's get this terminal station into there then. Sort of like that. And then I need to run train lines, I guess, up the coast. So run this train line sort of to there. Then run it out to there, which seems relatively flat to me, which is nice to see. I really should turn on the topographical map thing so I can see what the height of the terrain actually is. Run that sort of around there a bit. Still relatively flat land, which is beautiful to see. So run that around there as well. And sort of straight through there shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then I need to connect it over here, which, not necessarily a problem, just a bit of a pain because that actually changes height. But if I go and do that kind of thing, I can connect that through. So there we go. That's the way that train line's going to work. This one is going to sort of go directly that way. And I could raise it up a little bit to save some money, which I think I will do, just to save a little bit. Run this one pretty much straight down to there. Very expensive, very, very expensive. Let's go for the 65.1k option rather than something that's twice the price. Then sort of run this to there, raise it up a bit to save some money, lower it. Okay, this one doesn't want to save money. Interesting. Can I? No, that's okay. We're gonna start going from this side then to see if I can make this thing a little bit more, not affordable. I mean, it is already sort of affordable, but a little bit less pricey. So we'll do that kind of thing. Run it to there, which for some reason is ridiculously low. Why is that so far underground? Hold on a minute. That seems weird that it's like trying to dig underground like that. There we go. That's sort of coming up to the height of the terrain there, which is what we want to see. So bring it out to there. Then swing it around through that area. Nice and level does it. And then bring it sort of through there a bit. And then connect them up. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so that connects through. That's going to give us a nice big train line. It did say to construct things called sidings, which I'm assuming are areas where trains can cross over one another. So I'm assuming that's pretty much like that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know what a siding happens to be. I don't know how to build a siding. So I guess we're going to find out. I guess that's how you do it, isn't it? I like that you can double tracks up like that. That's really cool. That's a really, really cool feature. Let's do that. And have those sort of merge there. Too much curvature. Really? That better? That's better. All right. So I assume that's a spot where trains can like overtake one another. And then I assume like I'm gonna need more of them. So I assume I'd probably need one like here, is what I'm thinking. So let's get a nice big section of track. And do that. And do that. And then maybe more? Maybe I'd need one up here. I have no idea. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be exciting. This is what this is. Let's connect you to there as well. And to there. And that's gotta be enough, right? That's gotta work. That's gotta work. I think I will just put a new train depot on here. I don't think there's any sense in trying to connect up the other train depot, so this one's gonna be connecting via, or connecting in Edinburgh. So we'll just put the train depot sort of there. I think we're only gonna need one platform. I reckon we're only gonna need one platform. I hope we're only gonna need one platform. I guess we'll see. Let's run this line out to about there. And see if I can swing it around and get it to connect really nicely. Yeah, that kind of works. That's pretty nice. I like it. I do. We do obviously need to connect up the roads and stuff. So let's get ourselves a small street. And bring said small street through there, destroying one building. But that's no big deal. Go to that spot. That's very expensive, good lord. That's very expensive. Surprisingly so. There you go. So connect the small street to there. Which seems good to me. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Connecting to that little bit of road. So you're going to go to about there. Then to about there. Alrighty. So that's the train lines connected. It did say I'm going to need buses as well. So that kind of makes me think I probably want to get a bus depot. So let's get a road depot. Let's put said road depot in here. Yeah, that'll work. So road depot can go and live there. And we're going to need one in Edinburgh as well. Well, actually, technically we don't. Technically, we don't need a road depot in Edinburgh because Edinburgh is connected to the other road network, but it's going to take so long for the buses to get there that I might as well just put one of these down here. So, We'll put a road depot just there. And then we need to make a line. Or rather, we need to get some bus stops. So, I want a bus stop to exist, like, there. And then I need to come up with a very clever way of doing this line. So, what side of the road does traffic drive on? I have no idea. Oh boy, this could be interesting. I actually have got no idea what side of the road my vehicles are going to drive on. It's the UK, so it's technically the left, but I don't know if it actually works that way. I guess we'll see. So what I want is a bus stop on that side. And I want one there. And then it stops there, then it turns and it goes over this way. Then it goes up that road. Then down that road. Then through that space a little bit. Over to there. Over to there. Up to there. And maybe back over this way? That could work. Kind of misses this whole space in the middle, but I guess we'll see. So there. And that'll do. Okay. So this line is going to go from here. Oh, traffic drives in the right. Okay, that makes things a bit tricky. Here to there. Then back over to that way. So you can, it's going to turn around there is what I'm thinking. Then to that station. Then to that station. Then that one. Then that one. Then somehow to that one. I guess that kind of works. Then to that one. Then I guess it's going to have to go up and turn around to get to that one. Then stop there. Then go in and turn there. And I guess that's fine. So that's going to be the Edinburgh Loop. E-D-I-N. Edin B-U-R-G-H. Loop. That's fine. So the Edinburgh Loop now exists. Falkirk Road Depot, I want to just sell all of those vehicles if you don't mind. Because I really don't think I need them. So sell just all of them. There we go. And close that. So we have the Edinburgh Loop. Assuming it actually works. What we can also do is buy some road vehicles. We're going to buy some of these. And they are going to be yellow. And we're going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. I think that's 10 of them anyway. I think I counted that correctly. We're going to set you guys to be in the Edinburgh Loop. And we're going to hope that works. We're going to sincerely hope that works. We currently don't have a passenger train. We also don't have a line set up for that. So if I just go and say new line from Edinburgh to there, Edinburgh to Kirkcaldy. So that is Edin to Kirkcaldy is the way we're going to just call that one. All right. So that train just goes back and forth along that line. Let's then buy ourselves a passenger train and hope for the best. Now, what's going to be the most efficient here? Because we do have this train, which is 40 kilometers per hour, 50 kilometers per hour. That's very expensive, though. Very expensive up front. Let's go for the, let's go for this one. Let's just go for the small one for the time being. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to make it blue. I'm going to buy that. Then we need passenger cars. So this compartment car can take 11 passengers. So the train itself is blue. The passenger compartments can be like a darker blue. So let's buy 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And hope that works. And then I need to edit the line. Because I kind of only want it to leave if it's full. I get, although it does need to complete 5 trips. It's not about necessarily being full, I think. Let's just have it complete the trips. and see if that counts. It does technically need to take people, but I'll see. Let's run the simulation then. So that I didn't actually assign the train, did I? You are going to be set to the Edinburgh to Kirkcaldy line. So you're heading off that way. Very, very blue train there. It's interesting enough. I guess we also need to see then, are people gonna... Oh, wow, that's a lot of people walking about there. I don't think any of them are going to the train, though. Which I suppose is fair enough. We might see people head there eventually. We do obviously have the bus stops and stuff that people aren't currently using. Hopefully we're gonna see people start using this stuff. I do sincerely hope we're gonna see people end up using this stuff. Because that would be a bit of a disaster if they don't. Definitely a bit of a disaster if they decide to not use it. As for Kirkcaldy, I guess we can go ahead and start setting up the bus lines around you. So let's get ourselves the bus stops and remember that they drive on the right-hand side. So there. To start with. Why would I put it there, actually? That makes no sense. So there. Going around to the right. So to there. Then to there. Then down to there. And there. And that side. And then to about that spot. Then to about that spot. And then that's fine. So now we just create the loop, which is going to be a new line. It's going to be a nice red line starting there on Alexander Road, going to Victoria Street. Victoria Street is a place in Belfast. Going to the Victoria Road. Is it Victoria Road or Victoria Street? I think it might be Victoria Road, actually, in Belfast. Then Mill Lane, heading to the Manchester Road. These, I love that these sound like places. They are places. Then to Queen Street, which is also a place. Then over to Windsor Road. I'm loving these names. It's so British. To King Street. Alright, so that is going to be the... That's the Kirkcaldy loop. So, Kirkcaldy loop. And we need to get ourselves 10 passenger cars, basically. So, buy some road vehicles. Get ourselves 10 of these. They're going to be yellow as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 of those guys heading around the Kirkcaldy loop. There are people actually going to the train station there, which is beautiful news. So have you got any passengers? You have 8 of 44. Well, that's exciting. Let's have a look at Edinburgh. There are people waiting on a train. Not that many, but there are people waiting. A few people waiting at the bus stops there as well. No one got off, though. But that's fine by me. A couple of people waiting at a few of the bus stops. Good. That's actually really, really, really cool. Now, I did say I was going to need more trains. So I'm curious to see if I go and buy some more trains. So this one's going to be a different color. This one can be red. This one can be red. So we'll go for a bright red train with darker red carriages. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then if I set you to the Edinburgh to Kirkcaldy line, I just got a bunch of new vehicles. Well, that's a problem. Okay, so this train is currently sat in there, waiting for a free path. Why is it waiting for a free path? I guess... Is it gonna do it automatically? That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm wondering if it's gonna do it automatically, like, if the trains sort of get to, like, this point. I don't know. I can't imagine it will. I imagine I do have train signals here. Used as a normal path signal to regulate traffic or as a one-way signal. So what is... I don't really get that. I don't How does this thing work? One way, yes. No. How do I know if it's one way or not? So that train's going that way. When that train pulls into the station, is this other one going to go out? I really don't know how this works. I'm going to have to figure it out, but... I mean, that should be a round trip, right? That's one trip completed. So that train's heading out. That's good. Oh, that train's moving as well. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Okay, you've stopped. Why didn't that count as a trip? Complete at least 5 trips with a passenger train between Edinburgh and Kirkcaldy over the course of a year. Alright. So that train's moving. Which is good. Signal didn't really do anything. Are you now leaving? No. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. How does this signal work? Legitimately, I have no idea. Let's see. Let's have a look into these then. So that is a waypoint. That's just for rerouting a line. That can be added to a line like a station. Used as a normal path signal to regulate traffic or as a one-way signal. So what side... Hold on. What does it look like? So that's the side it uses. So what if I was to like put it there? Like, does that actually do anything? Is this train gonna... No, he's still sat there. Okay. What if I put it back here? Oh, hello. Got another new vehicle. That's fine. What if I put it there and I say that you are one way? The train still doesn't move. I don't understand these signals. And what if I say you are one way as well? Are you moving? No, you're sat there. My other train's over here. I'm gonna have to Google this, aren't I? I'm gonna have to Google how to make these little, like, train layover halt things. Huh. Yeah, because that train is just still sat there. Like, he's not moving. He's just costing me money whilst not moving. So you are waiting for a free path. I am so confused by this. Alrighty, so I've got my trains moving. Or at least this one's moving. That one is also moving. I've set up the signals in a slightly different way, where they are set up based on the direction of travel. So this train should go left here, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, he goes out to the left, but then stops, which is not what I want him to do. So I need to stop that, actually. I need to move this. This signal needs to be further down. So this signal actually needs to be here. So we would go there, and then that is dictated as one way. And if we delete that signal needs to be on this end there and dictated as one way. So what should happen is that train's going to move forward up until the next signal. And then he's probably going to stop here. So he'll stop at that signal, and then the other train's going to come in, is what's going to happen there. So that's why we are going to need a few of those. So what I need to do is, I guess, go ahead and say that this signal is going to go there, which will stop that train. And then this signal will go there, which will stop that train. And again, that's going to be set as one way, so any train going back towards Edinburgh will use the left bit of track. Any train going to Kirkcaldy will use the left bit of track. And then we have another layover just back here, which I guess isn't really going to be all that necessary, but we'll use it anyway. So what we'll do is we'll set trains going in to use that side, and trains going out to use that side. So if I set those to be one way again, we can dictate that the trains are going to have a couple of overlays or layovers. But what should end up happening is, oh, that train is actually moving. So I assume this one is going to stop. This one's going to head in and it's going to stop there. Then the other train's going to come by and do its thing. Which kind of makes me think I probably want a layover just at the entrance to the bridge here. So let's see about getting that. I am probably going to need to get a loan here. I'm getting a bit low on money, but I'm actually really enjoying this. Toying around with these layovers and stuff. I didn't realize that it would be this, I guess, difficult. I mean, I know this style of game is traditionally quite involved, but this is one of the things that just never really... This is one of the things I just never understood with this style of game, and I'm kind of glad that I have managed to understand it. Because it's nice, you know? I want to be not necessarily good at this kind of game, because I don't know if I ever necessarily will be. But I want to be able to play them and not be completely terrible. So just basic understanding of things like signals is kind of useful. So if I do that, and I then pause for a moment. So these trains should pass across each other, no problem, right? So that one's going to go to the left, and as soon as that one goes to the left, the other train's going to move out. Well, that worked like a dream. That was no problem. The blue train's away on its way. The other train, the red train, is headed back as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm super pleased with that. I wonder, I kind of want to know when I'm technically going to complete a single trip, because I still haven't done that yet, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'm super pleased with that. Really, genuinely super pleased with that. Quite a few people waiting on a train here in Edinburgh, which is pretty good. A few people waiting on the buses as well. What about Kirkcaldy? How's it doing? Yeah, quite a few people waiting there as well. And the blue train has just left the station. This train over here is heading in, which is good. It's almost there. How much money do we make per journey, I wonder? That's something I haven't actually bothered to work out. Just how much we actually make each time a train drops people off. I'm very curious about that one. There we go. Let's have ourselves a little look then. So the train's going to pull into the station. And we are going to make... How much exactly? 238,000. And that's still not a completed trip. Edinburgh and Kirkcaldy over the course of 1 year. Build bus lines in the cities so that passengers can reach the stations. More than one train will be necessary. Why? The more often the bridge is crossed, the more reliable it'll seem. Complete at least 5 trips with a passenger train between Edinburgh and Kirk. I am, though. Right? I've got the right type of train. I haven't gone and got, like, the wrong train or something, have I? Like, there's no way I've got the wrong train, because those are... They are just passenger trains. Right? That's a thing, right? I am completing... I'm really confused. I'm genuinely really confused about this. Here's the question. Are my trains... Oh, they did. There was a layover. Don't mind if I do. Complete at least 5 trips with a passenger train between Edinburgh and Kirkcaldy. That's what I'm doing. Now, why are you so slow? You're going very slowly there. I guess you'll pick up speed as you go by, but... Yeah, I'm slightly weirded out by this. I also feel like I'm losing a lot of money. I feel like maybe I don't need as many buses as I have. To be honest. Might be worth scrapping a couple of them. Okay, I've made a couple of changes to my line. But even still, this hasn't ticked over as one completed trip. This guy's gonna sit here until he's full. Which is fine by me. There's also a train here. This is the blue train, which is currently carrying 35 people. Then there's this little train, which is the third one I added that's a bit smaller, which is currently carrying 22 people, of 22 people. So my question then becomes, is that going to be enough? This guy's going to wait here until he's full. He's costing me a lot of money to run, 34 to 44. I'm going to change that line so that you can just go. And, maybe we'll do this. We have 3 trains at this point that are going back and forth. It doesn't really seem to be making any difference. We're still technically not completing these trips for some reason. And I'm slightly scared that the reason is complete at least 5 trips with a passenger train between Edinburgh and Kirkcaldy over the course of 1 year. I get that it's over the course of 1 year. And I get that I'm sending a lot of trains back and forth. I've got time sped up, so it's not necessarily doing it in 1 year. I'm worried that I'm missing something really obvious, or I simply just need a bunch of like 1-car trains to do this. My biggest worry is I'm missing something obvious though, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to leave this episode here, but I'm going to leave this particular stretch of the Let's Play here. I'm going to, like, this will be the last time we look at the campaign. I think what I'm going to do is just make my own game and run a map like that for a while rather than doing more of the campaign missions, because that way I don't have objectives to complete. So that's my plan anyway. I guess we'll see if it works. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take a risk here because we're almost broke. We really are almost broke. I'm going to go here. I'm going to I guess sell these vehicles to get a little bit of money. I don't think I have any other vehicles I can sell currently, but like this guy here is going to be getting to Kirkcaldy Station soon enough. But we still haven't completed a trip. Technically. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, we have gone back and forth numerous times. I just don't know why we haven't technically completed a trip. Like this guy's just got here. Still 0 of 5. So are you gonna wait? No, you're not waiting. That's fine. So you're 22, 22. You're that's full. Let's get another train. Let's get the cheapest thing I can. 220,000. Expensive, but we're gonna have to do it. I'll take another loan, whatever. 220,000. Let's go for an 8-passenger car. And I want to put that on the Kirkcaldy line 2. And we'll see if that works. It might not. I don't know. We'll grab another one. And that can go, so by you and by you. And put that on Kirkcaldy line 1. And if that works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I have no idea. Now, you're waiting for a free path, so you're going to stop there and wait for, I assume, that train to pass the next signal. Then you're going to go, yeah. So that's fine. So I now have 5 trains going back and forth here. I guess we're going to have to see if that's going to work. You're currently stopped there, which is fine. And then you're going to go. And then you are probably going to stop here to let the next train pass. Which is also fine. So that train's going to go past. This little guy is stopped waiting. That little guy's stopped and waiting. So you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. You are moving, and you're probably going to wait as well. So that's fine. We have enough. I think we have enough layovers for trains to wait and let everyone get by. So this is going to be my test. This, in theory, should work. One assumes these trains would make it back and forth in time. We have to do it in 1 year, though. So I honestly don't know. I'm curious to see if this actually works. I'm curious. If this works, then good. If we finish this mission, then good. If we don't finish this mission, the next video of this, is just going to be its own campaign rather than constantly trying to make this one work. Maybe I've used the wrong type of train station. Maybe that's what's happened. Maybe I should have used the train station as opposed to the terminal station. But then, I mean, oh, I really don't know. You know what? Let's try putting the train station in here rather than the terminal station. Let's see if that works. Well, we're bankrupt, but we have a train coming into the new station, and that is a completed trip. That was a completed trip. It just ticked over to January and it went to 0. So what that tells me is the problem was this station. I should have used this one rather than the other one. And that's the reason that trip failed. Well, that's gonna need fixed. I guess. I'm gonna leave it there. Ladies and gents, I will be continuing to play this. I'm gonna do my own campaign, where there won't be objectives, but money's been depleted. That is unfortunate. I can continue playing, apparently. This little fella here is on line 1, going back to the train station as well. But yeah, that's kind of annoying. That's an annoying turn of events, is what I'll call that. So you're gonna move out. You're gonna leave there. You are gonna hold in that spot. And I'm just curious, before I wrap this up, I'm curious to see if you pulling in to that train station rather than the train terminal. Yeah, I'm curious to see if that will actually count again. I just want to double check to make sure this isn't like, you know, a huge error on my part. Which it might very well be, but I'm just curious. So you pull in there, it's August, that's a completed trip. That's really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. I'll tell you what I might do. I might very well go ahead and repeat this mission at some point. I'll do it off camera up until this point. That's if I decide to continue the campaign. But I'm not going to do it immediately. I'm going to focus on my own map and my own kind of scenarios and all that stuff rather than repeating this again, because I really don't want to repeat this right now. So, thank you kind of for watching. Unfortunately, we didn't complete this mission. Unfortunately, I ran into a bit of an error. But the game is currently pre-release. That is to be expected. It's still a lot of fun. I'm still going to play it. These things just happen. It is just the way pre-release games work. So, yeah, I'm going to keep playing this. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. That's just an unfortunate thing that I happened to... It was kind of, you know, sort of my fault, sort of not. It's no big deal. So yeah, thank you kind of for watching. This has been Transport Fever, part 4. Next part may very well be listed as part 1, because it might be, you know, it's going to be a new series. It's not going to be the campaign, but it is going to continue. So yeah, thank you kind of for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, bye-bye!